Hello everyone, Johnny Mind here. Sorry that I'm a little later than expected, but there were some issues with YouTube Studio and OBS. Now we should be fine. And today we are watching the Japanese version of the Kirby Air Riders dedicated direct. It went live yesterday, but due to my technical limitations, we are watching it today. And good thing I waited a day because, again, they didn't upload the Japanese version to the news channel, news section on Switch 2 until it wasn't there even this morning, so saw it around 2 hours ago. Okay, and with that, we can start watching it. This time, be careful to choose the right account and so the Japanese version, unlike last time for the Indie World, even though that was useful to see that in that case it was there was a difference. In this case, it's the same, but of course completely in Japanese. So we'll hear Sakurai-san speaking, and there will be the writings of what he says, and so on. Okay. Without further ado, we can open it. I'll wait just a second while it's seemingly working already. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure that I still have the issue with the cable connection, but the Wi-Fi should be enough since luckily the router is close. And as we've seen last time, we barely had issues related to that. And yes, watching it in the news section of Switch 2 allows us to get good video quality, unlike on the internet on my computer directly. Okay, so without further ado, we can start. From Kirbyのエアライダー to Kirbyのエアライダー。
いやー、ゲーム作りってなんでこんなに大変なんでしょうね。挨拶、桜井正宏です。こんにちは。任天堂ゲームキューブでリリースされていた前作カービィのエアライドから実に22年ぶりの復活となったカービィのエアライダー。早速ですが、なぜカービィのエアライダーという名前に変わったのという質問にお答えしますが、今回はライダーが選べるからです。
Nice. We get these screens a la Smash Bros. A new challenger. Yes, the difference compared to why it's called Air Riders outside of Japan. It's because there are several riders and not just Kirby this time. As we mentioned, DDD and Meta Knight were playable also in the previous game, but as individual character, not as riders, and we'll see the difference then. This was a surprise, but a welcome one. Chef Kawasaki.
前作では番外の2名がいたものの、ライダーは基本的にカービィのみでした。
Yeah, sweet.
カービィがさまざまなマシンに乗り換えて遊ぶゲーム。今回は各キャラの個性も楽しんでいただきましょう。
Yep.
なぜエアライドの新作を私が作ることになったのかというと、任天堂のソフト開発責任者である高橋さんと当時の春研究所社長の水原さんにぜひともと強くお願いされたからです。その頃私はスマブラスペシャルのダウンロードコンテンツ制作に忙しく、とても手がつけられなかったのですが、マッハで企画書を完成させました。この辺りについては私のチャンネルでご紹介していますので見てやってください。
はい。
開発担当はバンダイナムコスタジオ、春研究所ではないのですね。私こと空とバンダイナムコスタジオはスマブラ4やスマブラスペシャルと同じタッグということになります。それでは本題です。
カー
ビィのエアライドとは、つまりカービィを使ったレースゲームですと。こりゃマリオカートで良いですね。キャラもののレースでギミックのあるコースを走ったり戦ったりするとこりゃ完全にマリオカートで良いでしょう。私も話を受けた時にそう言った。それでもやるの？だけど何よりファンが知っています。このゲームの訴求点はレースではないと。とりあえずゲーム画面を初公開します。こんな感じです。
Yep. Finally see the first gameplay of Kirby
本
Riders.
当に作られていますね。これからたっぷり説明させていただきます。
Of course now Norikata.
基本的なマシンの走らせ方について、ここ大事なのでぜひ覚え
How
てく
you
ださい。
ride.
さまざまな形状や特徴を持つ乗り物、これがエアライドマシン、略してマシン。上に乗る人は通称ライダー、ドライバーではないんですね。
Machines and riders. You can see
マ
also
シ
in
ンは通
katakana.
常ホバーのように床から少し浮き上がっています。そして自動的に前進しています。ボタンを押す必要はありません。スティックを前に倒す必要もないので注意してください。まっすぐ走っているときはスティック左右だけで向きを変えます。操作はワンボタン、プッシュを使って制御します。ボタンを押すとマシンが地につき、プッシュしてブレーキ、同時にボタンを押しっぱなしでチャージを行います。ただまっすぐ走っているときにボタンを押してもあまり意味なし。きつめのコーナーがあったとき、スティックを真横に倒しながらボタンを押すことでザザッと宙を滑りドリフトします。プッシュし続けることが大事。そしてチャージをため続け、カーブの出口で一気に開放。ドリフトを兼ねたチャージを繰り返すことで激しく速く進めます。これが基本。
Yes, this is
念
the
押しし
base.
ますが、まっすぐ走っているときはボタンもスティック前入力も不要です。基本は左右とカーブでボタン。そして多くのマシンは滑空することができます。決められた飛行エリアがあるのではなく、ジャンプ台を踏み切ればグライダーのように宙に舞います。スティックを手前に引く、つまり下に入力すると機首を上げて上に浮かびます。スティックを前に倒すと機首を下げて降下。なので普段走っているとき、前に入力し続けないでください。ジャンプ台でいきなり落ちてしまうので。着地は華麗に地面に平行に合わせてください。
Actually, I
ナ
did
イス着地でスピードアップできます。
this in the original.
ハンドルを切るにも飛行するにも 優しく操作をすることが大事ですね。
Or at least if I did it properly.
そして前作はプッシュを司るワンボタンのみで遊べたのですが、今回は残念ながらボタンを1つ追加してしまいました。その方が遊びの幅が広がるので。マシンを落ち着けるプッシュボタンに対してスペシャルボタンと言います。
スペシャル。
チャージゲージの近くにスペシャルゲージがあります。これが溜まった時にボタンを押すとスペシャル技が発動します。各ライダーごとに個性があって、より速く進めるものもあれば攻撃に特化したものもあります。
Different specials of the different riders. Yeah. Yeah, so in addition, they have all these special moves. Yeah, first we saw all the basic rules also in the first game, and now we're seeing what the special button does first and foremost. These special attacks. Absolutely hilarious. And Kirby, of course, gets more than one.
カービィだけは4つのスペシャルがあり、
Yep.
色を選ぶことで使い分けられます。まあ主役ですからね。そしてしれっとキャピーが混じっていました。
キャピー。
キノコも走るエアライダー。あとスペシャルボタンにはもう一つ重要な機能があるのですが、それは後ほど。今お話ししたことを含め各種走行テクニックは教習所で学ぶことができます。ゲームする前にチャレンジしてみると良いですね。全部のチェックを埋めたらこのゲームのテクニックは万全になっているはず。
Learning place literally. Machine now.
そしてマシンの性能は様々です。
And we get to see first and foremost, of course, the warp star, the classic one. At the bottom you can see all their peculiarities. This one is also a classic from a ride. Wing star for flying. Wagon star without the charge but better stats. The wheelie bike with a peculiar control scheme. The wheel star, strong attacks and also flying, because this one is new, paper star. Also good at flying, but
速いとか小回りが利くといった基本性能だけではなく仕様が変わります。例えばヘビースターはチャージをため、それを燃料として走ります。
yep. You have to charge it to make it go forward.
ルインズスターは走りと止まりしかありません。プッシュすると止まるので、プッシュして向きを変えて飛び出すという。
Go stop, go stop.
前回は大きく分けてスタータイプとバイクタイプという2種がありましたが、新たなタイプが登場します。
Two different types in the original. This is a new one.
二輪走行で安定して走れます。ついでに言うとかっこいい。
There's two wheels this time. A tank.
プッシュしても速度を止めずに直進します。そして向いている方向にチャージダッシュ。耐久性も高いです。なぜかキャラ立ちがあるマシンたち。これが一つの魅力になっています。ところでマシンはルールによっては壊れかけることがあります。実はこの時少しスピードアップしています。逃げ切ったりするにも有効かもしれませんね。
Okay.
前作ではメタナイトとデデデがかろうじて参加していましたが、マシンを自由に選べませんでした。
Now the
今
riders.
回は自由に乗せ替えることができてよかったね。
what I explained before about
ラ
them.
イダーは他にもいます。
And now some more about the riders. Megalor, of course. Nice to see him, and of course he has that attack. Kui, another classic with its song. What'll do? All these enemies remind me of Mario Kart World, and that's great to have them. Knuckle Joe, another classic enemy. Susie, nice to see her playable.
ライダーは軽さや大きさでマシンの性能に影響を与えます。
Of course, they affect
同じ
the
ワゴンスターでもカービィが乗ると小さくなり、デデデが乗ると大きくなります。
stats and
マシ
also
ン自体が変わってしまう不思議さ。
the
イメー
size.
ジ通りカービィの方が加速に長け、機敏に曲がれ、デデデの方は最高速度や攻撃力、耐久力が上がります。
As expected.
しかし走行性能が変わるだけではありません。例えばデデデやメタナイトは近接攻撃ができます。敵に近寄るだけで自動打撃。キャピーは帽子がシールドになっていて打撃に少し耐えます。チームも特徴深いですから、それに合うライダーを探せるというですね。もちろんコースやルールでも相性が生きると思います。だからエアライドではコースを選んでからマシンライダーを選ぶことになります。
Yeah, gain stage and then
しか
character
し
select.
ライダーが選べるとなると気になること、コピー能力はカービィしか使えないのでは。カービィシリーズですから敵キャラクターからさまざまなコピー能力を奪えます。それはカービィの専売特許。他のライダーに対して有利というか楽しさに差が出すぎますよね。そこでいろんなライダーがコピー能力を使えるようにしてしまいました。なんと全てのライダーにコピー防止付き。そこまでやるか。やります。
Absolutely, of course, to make it fairer and absolutely hilarious. So I love to see it. All the characters using copy abilities and so also the hats. Can see some of them here. Also Jet. A steel ball.
ちなみにプラズマ能力はスティックをガチャガチャする必要がなくなりました。自動でパワーがたまります。プッシュで発射。
No more
コピ
weakening
ー
the
能
stick.
力は単に攻撃するだけではなくスピードを上げるためのものもあります。コピーを持つ敵キャラを捉えるには目の前でプッシュ、
With the
つま
push
り
button.
とボタンを押す。カービィは吸い込みですが他のライダーではキャプチャーという技で捕まえます。コック川崎やオタまで捉えるなどちょっと特殊な人もいます。コピー能力を持っていない相手を捉えたら星型弾にして打ち出します。なおコースを徘徊する敵キャラを倒すと砕けた星を得て加速します。敵を倒した方が有利。キャプチャーによる星型弾やコピー能力などを駆使してガンガン倒すと良いでしょう。ルールによってはライダー単体で歩くこともあります。ここでしれっと新キャラを出しましたが、ス
Starman.
ターマンです。キノコのキャピーも含めてもともと雑魚的だけれどライダーはメジャーなキャラクターばかりではありません。個性重視で出場しています。これを機にスターマンの可愛さに気づいてくれる人が増えたらいいなと。
Yep, absolutely cute. A
とりあえ
Railgun.
ず先にエアライド、つまりレースモードについて説明しておきましょう。
As in the mode.
個性あふれるマシンとライダーでゴールを競うものですね。 最大参加人数は6人です。技術的にはもっと増やすことは可能なのですが、適切に1位を競うのはこのぐらいがバランス良いと思うので絞っています。
Up to 6.
参加者が多くなるとごちゃごちゃしすぎたり、勝ち抜く可能性も低くなったりしますから、とりあえずこれから1周だけに絞って遊んでみます。人のプレイでは画面用意するかもしれませんから、画面から少し離れたり画面を小さくするのがおすすめです。海のコース、ダグウォーターを選んでみましょう。キャラモノのレースの海コースって青い海、白い砂浜、ラテンが流れていたりしてのどかなリゾート風味になりがちですが、このカービィのエアライダーはそんなに甘くはないです。ご覧ください。海の面始めます。いきなり海の水が割れていますけれどもね、これ自分が作ったゲームの他のやつでも見たネタのような気がするんですけどね、中に入るとガバガバガバガバってスピードダウンしてしまうのでそこそこにしましょう。ちょっと遅れましたが、相手のスタースリップを使って追いかけていきます。スタースリップは後ろの方に出ている、星しぶきのことですね。そして敵を攻撃しても少しスピードアップできます。相手を邪魔することが主体のものではなくて、相手を攻撃したりすることでスピードアップをするという、そういう概念でできています。ここ HD 振動が気持ちいいですね。カタカタカタカタって言うんですけどよし、大体今のところリードしてるな。あれ来る水の中、ボムがありますね。取れるかな。じゃあここで使っちゃう。これで後続の人を引っ掛けてまた加速をするという。おっといけるよ。それスペシャルも使っちゃいます。攻撃用のスペシャルでも少しスピードアップをするので有効に使えるといいですね。フィニッシュ。気持ちいいな。
Sakurai play and commentate.
もしかしてこのゲーム結構面白いんじゃないですかね。いいと思います。音楽も含めてコースは密度高くよく作られていると思います。同じようなところがあまりなく、くるくる展開が変わります。
As we have seen only one lap, now we see some other courses. Furaria in Japanese, Floria, I think Kabion, and also the treasures waiting inside in the depths. Siberio, the lasers and so on. Foris.
先頃のプレイでやっていましたが、勝つために大事なテクニックをご紹介しておきます。まずはスタースリップ。マシンは星をまき散らかしながら走りますが、その星を得ることでスピードアップできます。つまり後続有利。ライバルが走った軌跡を捉えていきましょう。そしてライバルや敵キャラへの攻撃、ヒット時に出てくる星屑を受けてスピードアップできます。星屑はマシンのパワーであると。いろんな攻撃アクションができるゲームですが、先行者の邪魔をしたり足を引っ張ることが主体ではありません。やられた時のダメージリアクションも低めです。後ろにつくことにより、また攻撃により自身をスピードアップさせて競う遊びです。
なおゴ
ールした後、オンラインでフレンドではない誰かと遊んでる時にはフィニッシュ後さっさと次のセッションを探します。他の人のゴールを待っている必要はないのですね。次々と遊んでください。
You don't have to wait for the others. Now we see machine collection for machines. Turbo Star. Yeah, more than hitting opponents to hinder them, it's to get the stars and so get the acceleration from them and also from their trail. Rocket Star, another classic. This one also. Rex Willy. Also the spin that you can do with the wiggle of the stick, unlike Charging Spark that's now automatic.
エアライドでは周回数などのルールを設定できるのですが、その中にはゲーム速度をスローにする項目があります。これは初心者の方にうってつける。今作は前作より平均巡航速度が少し上がっていますから、ゲームスピードが速いと思ったらお試しください。エアライドは通常マシンを壊せることはないのですが、ルールでマシン破壊ありにもできます。
You can even allow the breaking of the machines, and if yours breaks, you retire.
シティトライアルを説明します。
Of course.
ここがメインディッシュ。
Of course now.
ファンの方もこれを待っていたのではないかなと。
City Trial.
前作はある程度の広さを持ったフィールドが舞台でした。今回も箱庭空間であることは変わらないのですが、今回はなんと空に浮かぶ島が舞台です。その名もスカイア。他のフィールドはありません。人によっては長い付き合いになることでしょう。スカイアは限られた箱庭空間ですが、さまざまな場所があります。
It replaces to see off implied Skya. The fields, the building city, the plaza, the caverns, the subterranean station, the forest with, of course, wispy woods, an arena. Funny enough, what we'll study tonight. Let's see.
ゲームの流れをざっくりご紹介します。このスカイアを舞台に自由に走り回り、マシンを見つけて乗り換え、あちこちに落ちているハープを拾い集めます。制限時間は5分間。
Go around, change the vehicle, power up,
するとそのままスタジアムへ。
and then there's the stadium.
尖ったマシンとさまざまな特性のスタジアム一つで決着をつけます。
Just like in the original.
簡単に言うとこんなゲームですが、まずは対戦人数について。前作は画面分割で4人プレイまで対応でしたが、今回は最大で16人参加できるようになりました。
16 compared to the
もちろん
4.
オンライン対応ですし、仲間とスイッチ2を持ち寄っても楽しめます。
Internet and local.
なおローカル通信の場合はプレイヤーは8人まで、
Local up to
CPU と含め
8.
て16人にはできます。
But
対
you
応
can
人数
add
が増えた分、フィ
computers.
ールドは前作より広めになっています。同時対戦できる人は増えましたが、1人で遊んでも面白いので CPU を好きな数だけ入れて延々と試すのも良いと思います。
Yes. Now
与
the
えられた
field.
5分で戦うスカイアの遊びについて、ゲームの流れとともに少し説明しておきます。まずライダーを1人選びます。マシンは最初ライトスターという小さいマシン固定で選べません。
Light Star.
ライトスターは扱いやすいけど弱い。ゲームスタートしたらなるべく早くマシンを見つけて乗り換えてしまいましょう。誰も乗っていないマシンを空車と言います。ここで大事なこと、ボタンが1つ増えたという話をしました。空車に向けてスペシャルボタンを押すとマシンを降りずして直接乗り換えられます。 ライトスターと自身のマシンが壊れかけている場合に限り空車にただぶつかるだけでも乗り換えられます。前作はいちいち降りる必要があったので進歩したもんですね。
Yep.
なお降車もスペシャルボタン長押しでできます。また相手の壊れかけマシンを奪うこともできますそしてパワーアップを行います。パワーアップには種類があり、加速、最高速、旋回、効力、攻撃力、防御力など自身を有利にするものが落ちています。コンテナがあったらクイックスピンなどで壊しましょう。
クイックスピン。
クイックスピンはいわゆるレバガチャ、スティックをガチャガチャすることで発動します。攻撃アイテムでライバルを攻撃し、パワーアップを落とさせて奪うこともできますもしもマシンが壊れたらライダー単体で歩いたりジャンプすることができます。さっさと空車を見つけて乗り換えていきましょう。さまざまな箇所でマシンを乗り換えパワーアップを取って強化していきます。フィールドではさまざまなイベントが起こります。翻弄されたり大きく稼いだりとまちまち。
All the events, of course.
その中で特に特徴的な新イベントをご紹介します。ショートレースとデスマッチ。
Short race and deathmatch.
それらのイベントが始まるとフィールドのどこかにスタートエリアが生じます。まずはそこに急いでください。もちろん参加しないのも手です。早く入るとスタートまでの待ち時間にパワーアップをもらい続けられます。ショートレースの場合、スタート地点に入った人でフィールドの一部を区切った街中レースが始まります。なお部外者から見るとレース参加者はゴースト化しており干渉できません。レースが終わったら順位に応じたパワーアップ。デスマッチの場合、スタート地点に入った人同士でバトルします。もちろんバトル寄りの性能にしていた人がいる。飛行系のマシンは普段自由度が高いですが耐久性は低いのでご注意。ただ不利でも参加した方が結果的にパワーアップしやすいかも。1回倒されるとデスマッチから退場しますがマシンは壊れません。耐久力は回復しフィールド探索再開です。こちらも報酬パワーアップをもらえるのでほとんど結果を出せなくとも参加した方が有利かと思います。多分ボスが出現するイベントもあります。例えばクラック、
Also boss events.
ダイナブレードも前作から続けて登場です。
Dynablade was in the original and it's back. And now we get some to see some events. Dynablade first, as I mentioned also in the original, like these meteors. Another classic. This one is you get power-ups in a secret room. There's this strange rock to destroy. The items become big. And Krakow, as mentioned, a new boss. These portals, quite interesting.
ところでパワーアップはあるだけ取れば良いというわけではありません。競技種によっては操作しにくくならない程度に抑えた方が良い場合もあるのでマシンと合わせて目指すイメージに合うようにしてみましょう。最高速度を高めようとすると軽量化により防御力が減るなど反力がかかる可能性もあります。
Yeah.
そうこうしてフィールドを走り回っているうちに5分の制限時間がやってきます。そして仕上がったマシンの性能を確認しつつ全員スタジアムに流れます。めちゃくちゃ速い飛行なら負けない、バトルでダントツ、小回り重視など仕上がったマシンの特性をよく見ておきましょう。
And now the stadium.
5分のフィールド戦の後、決戦の舞台スタジアムを一部ご紹介しましょう。
Of course. Battle Royale. Defeat as many enemies as possible. Air glider. You have to fly as far as possible. Glide as far as possible. And you have to, here it is, run straight. And the one where you fly and have to hit the points and get the highest score possible. Deathmatch again. Defeat the rivals, the other players. Skyfall, where you have to fall and get as many points as possible. This is new. And of course Gourmet Race, classic of Kirby games.
はあ、いろんな競技種があるんですね。もちろん育てたマシンに有利不利が生まれます。基本的にはスタジアム種は多くの中からランダムで選ばれます。まず16人参加ということは1位になる可能性は16分の1しかないということになりますよね。中には100人で対戦をするようなゲームもあるので気にしないでいいのかもしれないけれど、あんまり勝ち目がないのも厳しい。それにせっかく育てたマシンがスタジアムのランダムによって勝ち目が一切ないというのもそのいい加減さが面白さかな。アバウトで適当だからこその良さもあります。まあしかしどんなマシンでもある程度奮戦できそうな手を考えました。今回はスタジアム種をランダムで出てくる4つの中から選べるようにしました。マシンやパワーアップの方向性などに応じて好きなスタジアムを選んでください。スタジアムの傾向はばらつくようにしています。成長結果などによりおすすめマークがついているので迷ったらここに入りましょう。16人の参加者は同じく提示された4つのスタジアムのどこかに入ることになりますが、どこに誰が入ったのかはスタートするまで分からず、ここから駆け引きが始まっています。自分が飛行型マシンだからと飛行系競技を選ぶのも手ですが、誰かがより突出した飛行マシンを完成させていたと見たら対戦を避けてスピード系や障害物系に行くのもありですね。もちろんその裏を書いて突出した飛行マシンが飛行競技ではなくスピード競技に入るのもありです。なるほど、これは面白いですね。ではシティトライアルを CP 相手にワンプレイしてみましょう。 CP を11人で12人戦で試してみます。とにかく毎回展開がコロコロ変わるので取れ高が高いものになると良いのですけれども、観光重視で行ってきます。はい、シティトライアル始めます。最初に乗ってるライトスターはやっぱり弱いので、何か外にある空車から、マシンに乗り換えていきたいところです。ワゴンスターがあるな。一旦これでいいや。ワゴンスターはプッシュによるチャージダッシュができないですが、その分少しずつ高性能というもの。あ、相手がどんどん壊してしまう。このコンテナをとりあえず見つけて壊すといいと思います。左右ガチャガチャ入力でクイックスピンができますから、クイックスピンで壊すと。とりあえず最初はとにかくパワーアップをしていくというのが合ってると思います。おーっと、ショートレース、イベントのショートレースが出てきます。
One of the new events. Was looking for the best place. The stations. Mm-hmm. Poor Wispy got a hit instead. If it had SPUs instead of Dynablade. I Sakura chose the new event. Jumbo, as in. And it's yeah. Yep. You store items unlike copy abilities. Book of prediction, a new item. In case you choose, only you choose that stadium. As usual online. As usual online, you jump into the next game without waiting others. Also choosing between those people's picks. Oops. Okay. Also variations. In conclusion, yeah, by watching it in Japanese, we got to hear the Japanese version of the main theme. this sneak peek of something that wasn't covered by this direct. Quite interesting. Looks like a dark matter of some kind. And yes, released on November the 20th. And so with that, we have watched the Kirby Riders Direct, the Japanese version. As usual, I'll go through it step by step and add some more thoughts. As usual, I wanted to only added here and there some comments while watching it the first time, so that you can hear the Japanese, well, in this case, Sakurai-san's, what Sakurai-san was saying. Okay, let's go back to the start. We first got, of course, to see the intro again. Then there was, of course, the intro. Sorry, Sakurai-san, for stopping here. But yes, first we got the why it's Kirby Riders, because of the riders, rider in Japanese, of course, because there's no distinction between singular and plural. Not just Kirby, everyone is a rider and can be chosen on their own with any machine, the vehicles. Unlike in the original, where King Dedede and Meta Knight were separate characters, as in without the machine combinations. And yes, of course, then we got to see 22 years ago was the original Kirby's Ride. So yes, we got to see the riders here, also Chef Kawasaki. Yeah, as I slightly mentioned, first and foremost, it's Kawasaki in Japanese. As you can see, there isn't the Dakuten, and so Z in for the Sa, and before it Koku, as in cook. So yes, chef. Then, well, then Sakurai-san mentioned what was the occasion to make this new Kirby ride. It's because Takashi-san and the former president of HAL should be Mitsuhara, that, as we'll see, unfortunately, some Japanese names aren't always straightforward, but this one should be Mitsu and then Hara, Mitsuhara-san. Well, the surname, let's stick to those, as those are what you usually say in Japanese, unless you are, and they come first, as those are what you usually, how you usually call others by their surnames. And so yes, they were the ones who wanted it and Sakurai-san obliged after finishing the Smash Bros. Ultimate DLC. And as he also told us in his YouTube series on his YouTube channel. And yes, the developers are Bandai Namco and Sora, Sakurai-san's company, just like Smash Brothers. And then after that, we got to see. Of course, I'm not going literally step by step, but more or less to comment on all. Yeah, we got to see the machines. Then here we get the instructions that the classic air ride controls that you go forward automatically. You don't have to push the stick forward, but you push the stick, the push button as he called it, to brake, to get copy abilities and so on. The stick left and right to steer, and up and down only when flying. But they added, as is soon mentioned, yeah, here is the about landing. Not sure if it was explained and I'm just forgetting it, or I simply did it instinctively, the original, but I don't remember it. But yes, they add then, if we get there, well, here we can see it in action. The special button used to unleash a character's special when it's available. It's fully charged. Attacks, in these cases we can see a boost. We can see other ones here. Also Cappy with the jet on its hat. Then we got to see some machines, some classic ones, some new ones. As I was saying, if I can get back here, one of the ruins sta in Japanese. Run, stop, literally in Japanese, and it's one of the most peculiar ones. Just wanted to mention since I slightly said it while watching. New one, the tank. Then what do we get? We are getting close. Well, of course, more riders. Knuckle Joe, we saw before also what they'll do. Megolor, Susie. Of course, depending on the rider and the abilities of the machine change. To an extent, we can see the comparison between Kui and Chef Kawasaki with the classic Warp Star. Sorry, Sakurai-san. Sorry, drank some water. Here it was when showed some copy abilities, Mike in this case. Then here yeah, still the copy abilities and also and the fact that also other riders have them, not just Kirby, to make it fairer, of course. And as I mentioned, I also find it hilarious as we get to see the various Kirby characters with the funny copyability hats. Then it showed also Starman was shown again, even though here is blurry. Yeah, no, I can, unfortunately, I can get it. The graphic alla Smash Bros. For the new challenger for the riders and the machines. Pretty funny. Also, that Sakurai hopes that people will appreciate Starman more. Always loved that enemy, honestly, personally, so I already appreciate it. And of course, here, as you can see on the top left corner, it's talking about air ride, as in air raido in Japanese, as in the mode where you compete for the goal with machine and rider combinations overflowing with peculiarities. And so here, well, we got to hear definitely also about the number of players. Yeah, because then Sakurai-san starts to play on his own. And also, as he mentioned, but it might not have been clear, as you can see when I get back, yeah, for example here, there's only one lap, as you can see. Wonder if since there still is 1/1, it's an option, because we have seen some options, but most likely there will be more, because luckily Sakurai-san's games have a lot of options, and that's a great thing. Yes, we saw more. Yeah, now we get to see the different tracks, courses. This is quite interesting that, as he also mentioned while playing, well, first, enemies, other racers leave a trail of stars that you can pick up and so accelerate, but also some stars show up when you attack them. And so that's why you want to attack them more than, because you barely hinder them. It's more about hitting them to get the stars to accelerate yourself. Quite interesting concept. Then we got to see more the rocket star, for example, there, and more machines. And then, yes, as I was mentioning, the options, for example, the one to set the game tempo, as in Japanese game tempo, between slow, osoi, and normal, futsu. Because the normal one is quite fast this time, so you can slow down, especially if you are a newcomer. So you can see also the style of the fight, normal in this case, the number of players too. In the top right corner we can see go back to literally the origin. So I think potentially to the original settings. Then let's see. Well, now we should be close to... Yeah, here for example, I think you can barely see it. And no, fortunately I missed it. Of course, the combination. Also the fact that just like the latest Smash Bros, you first choose the track and then your character, in this case the rider machine combination, to make it fairer. And then of course we have finished the air ride mode. We switched to City Trial, a fan favorite of the original. And of course we have the new place, this island, this floating island, called Skya. Fortunately can't find it. Yeah, no, can't find it, but Skya. Then we went through the different locations, the forest, for example, here with Wispy Woods, of course. Then, yes, here we get to start see the, well, of course, 16 up to 16 players, 8 locally, but you can add, of course, CPUs. Wanted to go slightly back. Yeah, well, it was up to 4 players in the original. So quite the jump. While not being as many, and also for a ride, I think it was 12 there that he said. Currently forgetting, but we'll see when we play it. Of course, we are absolutely playing this game for the channel. Most likely in the mostly just for fun, mostly just for fun streams. And let's see. Yeah, here. The first in City Trial, you run around literally, as I said, the first verb at the bottom. Then you ride and change, so you can change the vehicles, the machines you ride. Power up. Well, let me at least also read Hashiri Mawaru, run and go around. Norikaeru, ride and change, so change the machine. Power up, this one, if you remember the katakana, should be able to read it yourself. Power up in English, as in collect the power ups. And here, unfortunately, we can see, let's see if I can slightly, no, doubt it. Well, we can see it here, the last phase is the stadium. So yes, we have seen the 4, the internet and local connection. And then you can add the CPUs. Here it, as you can see in the top left, on the top left corner, City Trial, Shitui Torayaru. Here he explains the quick spin technique by moving quickly the stick left and right. In Japanese, of course, as it's with their onomatopoeias, gacha gacha, the sound that the stick makes when you move it that way. The quick spin. Then let's see. Yeah, you can still get off your vehicle and then ride another one as soon as possible, because you can't collect power-ups while on foot. But in this one, you can also press the special button to change vehicle without having to getting off your current one. Then let's see. Of course, going around. The new events, in particular the two new ones. Let's see if I can go slightly back. The ones where you can avoid participating if you can get there in time, but you want, of course, to participate, as also get there as quickly as possible, as you get some free power-ups also just by waiting. And then, of course, more depending on your position. But yes, these are the two events of that kind. Shin Ibento, as he said there. The start area, literally in Japanese, stato area. And we get this one. Wanted to, well, let's make it slightly go. Yeah, you can, you don't have to participate, but it's recommended, of course. Yeah, this one is short race. Then the other one was death match. I'll try to find it again. Yes, death match. Desumachi in Japanese. But of course, there are also the classic events. And I think that's what he explained after. I think this could be the one where, yeah, for example, the item becoming big. The classic ones like Dynablade, the boss. In addition, we get also Krakow in this one. The meteors falling from the sky. As you can see here, the item becoming big. The items in a secret room, which I'm not... I'm forgetting if it that was also in the original. You have to be careful about what you pick, as it might be counterproductive. And then, of course, the stadium, like the Battle Royale, like as we could see there. 0-4 attack. 0 and 4 attack. The straight line and of course all the other kinds like the air glider, where you have to fly as far as possible. Also the death match, where you have to defeat your rivals, unlike the one we have seen, the Battle Royale, where you have to defeat the most enemies. Where the one where you have to fly and hit the target, and also the one where you are falling. The former is new. The one I'm about to say, the latter is well, the former is a classic one, the targets, while the new one is you fall and have to get as many points. And of course new to Kirby Air Ride, because it's a Kirby classic actually, the Gourmet Race. As we can see here, if I can get it back a second, just to show, like, the Sky 4 was. Yes, just to show that what we are studying during our regular streams, Let's Learn Japanese with a certain game, currently Kirby's Adventure, funny enough. We can see here Iro Iro Na, various, seen several times in-game during those streams, lessons. And then the term Kyogishu, in this case with the kanji, but we haven't studied them yet. I think Gi is one of those we'll study tonight. I'll check in a second also. And then Ga, the subject particle, and then the verb aru, to be, there is. And so there are several kinds of competitions, just to show you the usefulness of what we are doing. Of course, the one that 1 in 16 chances of winning. Here we can see various one: Deathmatch, Air Glider, Gourmet Race, and Zero Yon Attack. With the Osusume, the recommended ones, with the graphic in their on their bottom left corner of each event, of each stadium. So you can pick your favorite one. The mind games, of course, you could choose the one best for you, or choose another one because you think about what's worse for your rivals. Then we can see, we got to see Sakurai-san playing. And I think, I'm pretty sure it was actually different footage compared to the Western version, at least the Italian one I watched, because I don't remember Dynablade. And also, they mentioned not going into the volcano there, hitting the part at the top, destroying the blocks with the spin. Here is against Dynablade, that you have to, if possible, hit in the head instead to deal the most damage. And he actually defeated the CPUs instead of Dynablade. Dynablade left simply. Yeah, that was the top speed side. Here the defense, but we won't cover them all. Just you see your stats after at the end. Then you choose the stadium vote. Depending on the rules, either everyone goes to the one they chose, and if you're the only one picking, you automatically win. There can also be a vote instead between, it gets chosen between the ones the players picked. Can be chosen also completely at random. And there's the book of prediction, literally, that could tell you a hint for that. Of course, he picked the Gourmet Race, being one of the new ones. Yes, this is the what he mentioned about when you pick up an item and you already have one, the one you had gets stored, so you use the new one, then the older one, but it doesn't get recharged, you continue from where the point you were at. Unlike copy abilities, those are used immediately and that's it. And let's see. Yeah, the predictions, the hints, and there are also wrong ones. The one where one chose a stadium on their own and so automatically won. The choosing between the three the players picked. The variations of the stadium, as you can see also at the bottom, stadium wa variation ga aru mono mo. There are even things that have variation. Of course, I didn't translate it. As for the stadiums, there are things that have variation in Japanese. You can see 1 and 3 for 0 yon attack. Then we got the main theme, main tema in Japanese. Should be Nagareboshi, as in shooting star. No. I think in that case it should be read Michi, that kanji, but it's not a regular usage as we have seen. Sorry. Well, okay. The one usually used for Michi is another... Well, we haven't seen it, but I'll tell you that Michi usually uses another kanji, but I'll check if... Because I know that on its own, it's usually used, this one, in other compounds, but with other pronunciations. But yeah, on its own, it's a variant of the other one for Michi Way Road. So the way, the road path, the way of shooting stars. Could also be read, well, since it has without the re outside, Nagareboshi could also simply be the Chinese compound in this case, but so Ryusei, but sometimes they omit the hiragana in between such compounds. And of course at the bottom we can see some of the lyrics. And let's see. Of course, then he hinted that there were more things he wanted to mention, but they will be for another time. We got the tease at the end of the enemy. A dark matter one, at least judging by its looks. Want to show it. And now here we got the combination, yes, here. Would be cool if it were also a hint towards a story mode of some kind, as that would be great for single player content, as much as, of course, this is primarily multiplayer game, also on your own against people online, but a multiplayer game between the air ride and city trials modes. Top ride is seemingly gone, another mode which was in the original. It's so unfortunate, but of course it wasn't. It has to be said that it wasn't the main one, such as a ride or a fan favorite like City Trial. So if one had to go, that makes the most sense. And I expect, of course, also unlockables. Kirby Ride, I'm pretty sure, is the first game where we got the checklists seen also in future games by Sakurai-san. And last but not least, we got this teaser of the enemy. You can see it further there. And of course, last but not least, if I can find it, yes, here it is, the release date, November the 20th. And so with that, I'd say we have seen it all. I wanted to find a certain part, just because, funny enough, is we'll see it tonight, because I can already mention that tonight we are streaming as usual at the usual hour for our Let's Learn Japanese with a certain game, currently Kirby's Adventure. We continue playing the game, but before that we'll study some kanji of a certain part, which, funny enough, showed up during this very direct. So I'm trying to find it. Yeah, it should be here, because it's one of the places where you go. One of the locations of Skaya. Yeah, I think this was a little too far, so I'll go back slightly. Here also we have gone a little too far. Let's see if here it goes. No, that's a little too... Okay. Skaya, as we can see, Sukaya. And now it should show the locations, some. Yeah, literally the places to see. The flower field, the city of buildings, the plaza, the cavern, the subterranean station, literally, the forest, woods, and this is the one that we wanted to see. Should be Togijo. And yeah, it's funny because it's actually the kanji for its arena. And we have found this very kanji in Kirby's Adventure. And so we'll study them tonight at the start of our usual stream. Okay, I've said it all. So, I've also mentioned what we'll do that tonight we are streaming Kirby's Adventure as our Let's Learn Japanese with a certain game, in our case Kirby's Adventure currently. Starting with those kanji we have just seen, and then continue to play it. And so I can see, okay, See you next time.